I'm not an expert in skilling, and I'm not expert in education either, like Razgar, so I'm not going to waste too much of your time. But I always was told that when you see a good thing, you need to be ready to give a compliment. Your videos are excellent, not the one about me, the ones that came before. Especially the second video was outstanding, and where this guy was going on a bike trying to get onto the top of the hill. So it was very inspirational. As far as the skill gaps and this skilling is concerned, these have been the buzzwords I have been hearing since I came back from US about 4 or 5 years ago. But I wondered, it's nothing new. Disruptive innovations have been there in the history all along, going back all the way 10,000 years BC when the agriculture was invented. All of a sudden people needed a different skill set. So before that, people were hunters gatherers. They were basically looked upon for their courage, looked upon for their speed and agility and ability to take the risks. And once the agriculture was invented, people needed a completely different skill set. Now people need persistence, people need caring attitude and discipline more than the speed and the courage. So then we saw it several times happen in history. When the power was invented, then when the computers were invented, and as recently as when internet was invented, all of a sudden the existing skill set of the people and the educational system that is there to prepare them all of a sudden becomes out of date. And this is nothing new. With introduction of this nanotechnology, this artificial learning, all this, I am using the buzzwords, I really don't know the meaning of some of them. Right? So naturally you are going to need the new skill set. So when ICT Academy asked me to talk, I was wondering, I really don't know about any of this stuff, what am I going to say? So I asked him, okay, can I say about an NRI perspective? These days everything I do basically revolves around what the migrants do, people who migrate from one area to another and their contribution to any area, including the skill set. Going back to 2007, he was not the chief minister then. The current chief minister, Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu, came to Dallas and talked to a group of us. And he said, when you guys have a different skill set, because you are exposed to the best systems in the world, you have the best knowledge and you have the investable capital. Instead of giving us your money, why don't you come back and train our people so that we can leapfrog into the next century as part of a state. At that time, I really did not understand. But as I looked more and more, it's always the skill sets of the world, they don't happen uniformly throughout the world. They happen in pockets. Maybe Eastern Europe for the antivirus things, maybe in Japan for this mechanization, maybe in US for this internet related thing, and the Bay Area for the inventions. And for the areas to spread from there to the rest of the world, you need people to move around. And I think because of our unique position of the non-resident Indians, we are there in almost 137 countries. There are about 20 million of us. And most of us went from here, they went there, and most of them come back, or some of them do come back. And they really spread the skill sets all around the world. Whatever we have, we give it to the world where it is not available. We pick up the new skill sets that are available elsewhere. And this has been happening throughout the history, and it is no different this time. And as far as the contribution of the non-resident Telugus to Indian growth, I always believe that they are our best asset, they are our best exports. And if you look at the history of the Chinese growth, back in 1970s when it started opening up a little bit, in the 1980, 81, 82, that's when it really opened up. And most of the people that came back to China were non-resident Chinese living in Southeast Asia, United States. And actually people tell me that almost 70% of the investments that went in as FDI to China came from the non-resident Chinese. They were the ones that introduced these modern manufacturing systems to the China, and they are leading the world nowadays. And for whatever reason, in China, they always looked upon these people that went outside the country as the saviors. Even when the communist regime was in its hegemony, people still used to wine and dine with people that came from outside the country in China. But I don't know the reason. Maybe it is because of our British rule, maybe our antagonism to outside people. The NRIs have never been looked upon as a source till about 2000. That's when Vajpayee started having this Pravas Bharatiya Divas. Then people started respecting them, people started looking upon them as a source of the innovation. So nowadays, I think we have non-resident Indians have a much bigger role to play to bring all the new systems and new techniques that are available throughout the world to bring them back to the country. And as far as the ICT Academy is concerned, as I said, there is a big gap between what people want and what the traditional teaching systems are teaching, and they are playing a mighty big role. If they succeed, I think that will really help us take India to the next step. You know, one of your earlier speakers, another good thing I noticed today, I can't step off the podium before mentioning it. You know, by profession, I'm a physician. So they were talking about speech physiology. They said first you have to prepare your thought in the brain, then you have to convert into electrical signals, you have to send it to your vocal cords, and then you have to start expiring, and during your expression you form your words. Right? So it's a long mechanics, and it always takes me quite a bit of time to convert my thought to my speech. I was watching your Vice President, Mr. Ambuthambi. I am not sure whether he is a human being, whether he is a humanoid or a robot, or whether he is just a pre-trained computer. He was turning this way, he was turning this way, and he was delivering effortlessly. It is the talent, and I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm not going to waste your time anymore.